I got in a couple minutes ago, and before setting this all up, come to find out, it's my nephew's, aka Brian's, prom.
Those shoes are nice.
Oh, starting the day. Look at the man of the hour. Man, where you going? Shut up.
Ay, no lo despeine, que me costó.
Let me see, from head to toe. Oh, you cleaned those shoes?
You know.
Oh. Who's your date though?
Myself. I don't want to talk about it.
What's today, bro?
It's prom night.
I like the shoes. Pretty sharp. I like the blue. You made a good choice. Any words before going to prom? It's time to update you on the 168 hours. So last time, as you can see, I did it was February 1st of this year. The last 3 months have flown by. So this time, just because I've been busy, I changed the date and I'm doing it in the middle of the month now. As of May 15th, 2016. Oh wait, I put 2016. Scratch that. May 15th. Even though I'm recording this video on the 19th, as of the last 3 months, what has really changed in my life? Believe it or not, I got that part-time job. The sleep is still the same. The travel has changed just because of the new job. I'm actually traveling 7 hours, basically an hour a day. And then the basics are still the same. The entertainment has actually gone from 8 to 12. Why? Because right now we're in the midst of the NBA Finals, so you know I'm watching a lot of basketball. Editing still has been the same. It's weird because these videos are up to date now, so I'm shooting this today, Friday. It's going to be out the 24th. Now I can actually consider myself a weekly vlogger, which I didn't think was possible, but I enjoyed it. What also has changed is my social life. And that kind of actually goes with what today's entire video is all about. But before that, the grand total comes out to 148 hours out of 168. Yes, I still have 20 hours remaining that I have kind of no idea what I'm doing. I mean, those 20 hours are just being wasted. But what I can promise you is by the next update that I do, the gym will be in there. Why? Because I need to start losing this weight. I wake up and right behind the camera I see that picture of CR7 and I'm like, you know what? I need to get down to that body. So now that the weather is getting nicer, I can't continue making excuses. I have to get back on the grind. As tradition, this was 3 months ago. This is the old me. This is the current me. And just like that, so I'm going to keep this week's video nice and short for you. The reason why I titled it 2 Questions Answered is because since I've started the channel, there's 2 questions that I keep getting asked, which I didn't know was a thing until I actually looked into it. Apparently, YouTubers, the majority of them have an addiction. They say, hey, once the camera goes off, what goes on? And that's the thing. With me, it's different because I'm showing you in the span of 7 days, 1 week, what I do with my time. So if I'm not making these videos, I'm at work and I can probably sit here and look at you directly in the camera and say, I as a person don't have any addictions or vices. That's the one thing with me. When I take this camera, I am as brutally honest as possible. Why? Because there's nothing that I need to hide from you at all. And that's because that's just who I am. When I kept getting asked this question, I was like, vices? I was like, I don't have any vice. Like, I don't turn off this camera and lit up a cigarette or, you know, light up a crack pipe and do some, like, no, because as you know, I'm trying to make every single hour, every single minute, every single second of my day valuable to make me a better person. And not only that, for me to reach the goals that I have set. Do I drink? Yes. Have I smoked before? Yes. The reason I make these videos, especially update videos like this, is I can sit here in front of this camera and express what's going on. It actually helps me because it gets things that I need to say off my chest. The second question, and I've always got this question asked even before the channel, just because when it comes to this topic, I'm really private. I don't even know if I want to answer it. But the title says 2 questions answered already, so I guess I have to answer this question. Alright, so do I have or am I in a relationship? The quick answer is no, I'm not in a relationship. Okay, so here, a lot of you don't know my background. When it comes to this question, I've never really talked about this because I don't like talking about it, but it kind of feels good talking about it right now. So if you have time, you can listen to this. If you don't care, just go ahead and close this video. I'll catch you next week. But if you want to hear the story, I might mumble for the next couple minutes, but hey, this is something I haven't shared, and having this channel, not only am I discovering myself through this channel, like I don't feel uncomfortable about the camera recording this time, I just feel uncomfortable about this topic. But okay, so let me start. I've only been in 2 serious relationships in my life. One of them was young. The most recent one, I was 19 to 20, so that's about 3 years ago. The longest that lasted was like 8 months. The reason it ended was because I've never said this story publicly. The girl, her best friend actually told me and showed me proof that girl was actually cheating on me while I was with her. So that left a bitter taste in my mouth when it came to relationships, because I was like, wow, like this person that you thought you had a connection with just basically ended that to go out and do it. And I get it, we were both young. When I found out, I was like, okay, so what do I do now? So I tried doing the whole dating scene, and then it's interesting because last year when I was 22, I took that whole year to like kind of focus on me and figure out what I'm going to be doing with the rest of my life. I kind of took last year's experience to myself and in a way to find myself. So this year I've been doing a lot of dating. Friends have set me up on blind dates. Recently I've used these apps that, you know, you meet somebody and then you go on dates and it's just random, and that story is for another day. I'll get into that. But to make this a long story short, I'm not in a relationship. For most of you who watch these videos week in and week out, you guys have seen women in these videos, and some of you ask me like, oh, who's this, who's that? Any girl who's ever on these vlogs is a friend of mine. So going back to the chart, the reason why my social life has multiplied by 2 is because of all these dates, and you know, just it's fun because sometimes, you know, I go out with friends, meeting up with somebody, and it's interesting. And as of right now, I'm enjoying that space and I like what's going on. Is there a woman in my life right now? No, nothing serious. I'm just going with the flow. I'm seeing what, you know, what is out there. And trust and believe when I say that when that girl comes around, you will be the first one to know. Yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. That's basically it. So with all that being said, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you for listening to my mumble this week. And I'll see you, yes, you, the person on the other side of this screen. I'll see you next week. One last thing before this video ends, I did forget to say, I'm about to watch the J. Cole documentary. Yes, I know I'm late on it, but it's been sitting on my DVR. I'm going to watch it tonight after the game, and I'll give you my honest opinion next week.
And now, an HBO special presentation.
Man, so you out here? You out here with no security or nothing. I gotta see, I appreciate it. I like it like that.
God is real and he using me for a bigger purpose. So fuck the world that would have you think that a nigga worthless. Sometimes I think that these verses can help a person way more than the ones they reading in churches on days of worship. No disrespect to the Lord and Savior, that ain't just ego. I just observed that them words no longer relate to people. Cause modern times be flooded with dollar signs and social media stunting. My niggas just wanna shine. Want you to fly, want you to fly. To die a young legend or live a long life unfulfilled. Cause you wanna change the world, but while alive you never will. Cause they only feel you after you gone, or I've been told. And now I'm caught between being heard and getting old. Damn, death creeping in my thoughts lately. My one wish in this bitch, make it quick if the Lord take me. I know nobody meant to live forever anyway. For your eyes, do you understand? For your eyes, do you understand?